Red. Alright. Stuff. So that I can see everything. There you go. Hi! Welcome to the stream! Should watch the intro. Here we go. Now this is a game where I expect to like really suck out. We'll see. This game is like literally genre defining because I have heard this pointed out as like as being like the first sim racer, so it defined the genre of sim racing, and that then just kind of took over the entire racing genre for a while. I think it's still never properly recovered from that, because it's kind of really just indie developers that still make arcade racers, like, you know, other than kart racers. The cars look really nice, and it's, I mean, I know this is pre-rendered. Pretty sure this isn't entirely in-game, because look at how unwiggly the polygons are. It's low poly like in-game though, for sure. It's a little bit funny how the cars in this just look like plain, regular cars that are racing on racetracks and stuff like that. A bit funny. Fine. Using gameplay footage in the intro, although touched up with mighty flex, yeah. I'm gonna try arcade mode first because, well, you know what kind of a racing game fan I am. Bonus items. We'll do normal. Why is Honda and Acura one category? Sorry? Let's look at the Chevys. Yeah, the cars do look really nice, don't they? And fun little lighting effects on there. Hold on. Pontiac? Acura Honda subsidiary in the USA. I had never known that they were like bind in any capacity. That's interesting. I do like this Corvette. Can't change color on it, huh? Hold on, there's another one that I know. Yeah. I don't see Dodge. I know the Dodge Viper is in this. You have to unlock it or something. I would imagine there's probably unlocks. I have a Nissan. I'm probably gonna go with that Corvette because I like it. And these cars are so of the era. These are the cars that I like grew up seeing all the time because it's still pretty modern in the early 2000s. That is not a race car in incapacity. That's just like a family car. So funny to have here. I mean, I'm sure you could soup it up into a race car, which is probably what it is. But this is so funny. Like, this is just a car you'd see just driving down the street to go pick up the kids at school. I mean, it's kind of small for that, but like, you know, or like driving to work or something, you know. So funny. That one's nice looking. That one's a classic. See, I'm not the kind who usually paid attention to the names of a lot of cars. But I sure paid attention to the shapes, and I'm like, oh yeah, I recognize these. I can recognize cars off of their shapes. I was never one to like memorize names a lot of the time. Aston Martin always has the same front. Really funny. Look at how impressive it is how they did the headlights here though. Where like you can tell there's like glass in front of them and the lights are set back in there. That's like really hard to do, especially in like a complex shape like that, and especially on the PlayStation. That's a really nice technique there. Well, I think my favorite is the Corvette. Standard. Well, let's keep it simple to start with. I don't even know what the controls are, so that's gonna take a sec. So, high speed ring. Deck accelerate is A. And it's D-pad steering. I'm always hoping for analog stuff on the PlayStation to racing. I still haven't found any. I would have thought this game would have had analog stick. It does, and like in a setting or something. I know none of the Ridge Racers that I played had analog stick. Maybe it was too early. I don't remember when the DualShock was introduced. And I'm not a PlayStation head, you know, not a Sony head. I'm a Nintendo gal, so... Okay, well so far this is like reasonable. This is arcade mode. Like it does still have like... Feels very weighty, feels very real type of car movement. This is like a million billion times better than F1 World Grand Prix, by the way, in terms of being a sim racer. It's like that game I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why can't I, like... Why can I not win anything? Whereas this I'm like, ah, yes, the physics feel reasonable. Your name. My initials, rather. Let's try another. Simulation mode, I imagine, is where you unlock too. Okay. We go back and look at the options. Digital. Yeah, look, well, it has an icon for the original controller. See here. An analog. See here. Should be core setting. Swan station? Core. There was like a whole like settings thing that I found stuff earlier. Where did it go? So fucking. There were settings just for one station before. Oh, there fucking was. I hate retro. Oh well. D-pad steering it is, I guess. I fucking guess. Analog setting. Yeah. It's well, okay, well there is analog. Why do I not have it? Then. Wait a sec here. I'll figure this out. Fucking play this with D-pad. There we go. There's the quick that I was looking for. Raised. Analog controller. There we go. See, was that so hard? Oh. Don't know why it didn't give me this menu before. Anyway, there's that fixed. Oh. Well, let's make sure. Oh, the analog stick work. Like, analog stick is working. Oops. But fucking pissed off still. Quick menu. Okay, that's the one I was looking for. Sorry for technical issues. Analog controller. Please accept my analog controller, please. I'd be so angry if I have to use the D-pad for Gran Turismo. Okay, come on. Look, I can use the this is me using the analog stick for the menu selections. So you better fucking let me, bitch. Alright, give me my Corvette. I like the one with the stripe on it. Okay. Should have analog acceleration now too. Play. No. Still not fucking working. Okay, analog steering's working now. Oh, the rumble's working too. I remember being very impressed with rumble in racing games as a kid. Oops. Well, I'm feeling the sim racing Alright, let's try that again. Sorry, I was just fucking around with the controls. All good now. Love how wiggly the cars are in the distance. Start being affected more and more by the lack of perspective correction. Music is great in this. Reminds me of Trek Media Sunrise. Oh, come on. I expect a lot of spinning out until I get used to the handling. I think this is Garbage, actually. The band Garbage. Yeah, that's one of my favorite. I think this is Garbage. So I think this is gonna get copyright claimed. Oops. Probably should have seen that coming, huh? Pretty sure I've listened to this song before, and I'm pretty sure it's Garbage. Hi, Bess. If it's not Garbage, it sounds a lot like that. Which is to say, I like it. Good song. But I'm probably gonna get fucking copyright claimed. That's okay. This is eventually to make a video about, so... Ah, they're spinning out. Let's try again. I want to try and reduce spinouts. That's my current goal. That's usually how you can tell you're playing a sim racer, is when you start spinning out just as a natural consequence of like taking a corner too hard. Like it's not a canned animation, it's just the car is really physicsy. Okay, this music is loud. Now that's a detail that would be nice that this game doesn't seem to have, is seeing the brake lights light up on other cars ahead of you. Especially good for me as a visual indicator for when I should be braking. Yeah. Through the fucking grass. There's a spin out. Alright, let's give this a few more try. This is all just kind of practice for me, basically. Getting used to the game, that kind of thing. You can tell the speedometer is in 3D, and look at how like fucked up the the positioning of the lines is as a result of that, of the wonky PlayStation 3D. Look at that, Beth. Look at the speedometer, it's so fucked up. In the RPM, rather. What do you call that? The RPM-ometer? Well, obviously not. I think it's called a tachometer. That might be something else. I know tachometer is a thing. I don't know if that's what a tachometer is. Revometer. But look at it, it's so funny. Oh, there. Oh, you do see brake lights on the other cars. I guess they're just not putting on the brakes. They're just not hitting the accelerator. So desperate to pass, I'm going through the grass. Hey, Rainy, gotta go. Get. I don't have my little sprayer thing over here, so she's not intimidated by me. Hey, I was right, it is the tachometer. I am smart. I do know things. Go. I'm losing control with the airtime there. I guess the original DualShock just had just analog sticks and didn't have the analog triggers yet. I think there was a revision, if I remember correctly, that had the analog triggers. Well, I didn't do great there, but I didn't do awful either. Let me give this one another couple tries. I was 4 seconds behind. I could probably do better. You know, the late 90s and the early 2000s had very, very similar aesthetic trappings, didn't they? This feels just like something from the early to mid 2000s. But it's from 1997. I remember somebody saying years ago that the 1990s actually ended in 2005, so... I know. It's all really the same era. I'm thinking of possibly, well, I guess I can't necessarily, but I was thinking of possibly streaming Deltarune tomorrow. Since Biss can't show up on Sunday, I was like, maybe I could do it Friday and Saturday, but I gotta wait for Biss to play through it first before they can join my stream of it. Also, I think my assessment of... Gonna play it now, I say. As long as you can also stick around the stream, because you're like really the only person I have around here today. You can half pay attention to the stream too. Yeah, I think my assessment of this game is just that it's a really nice racing game. This is a good one. I played some more sim racer-esque games in the past, and yeah, this is up there with the best. And it's pretty remarkable considering it was basically the first one. They knew what they were doing. I mean, Gran Turismo had a lot of staying power, so it makes sense. Game kept getting sequels and everything. Also, I haven't commented on it. I love the visuals here. I love how they're doing like the tree canopy there. That's lovely. I appreciate that. Hey, I managed first for a minute there. Oh, back in first again. Oops. Oops. Well, I really fucked that up. But I'm like getting the hang of it, huh? Overall. I just took that corner way, way more aggressively than anybody else. I managed first place for it, at least briefly. I so aggressively cut that corner. It's so funny. There we go, okay. Make that really wide. I'm okay. Go. Slow down a little bit, too much evident. There we go. Yeah. Yes. Alright, there we go. I'm learning. Let's check out that replay. This should be interesting. I haven't looked at the replays yet. I want to look at least one. Dang, look at that. All the cars have the little lighting reflection effects on them. That's really impressive for the PlayStation. I'm very impressed with the visuals in this game. Okay, I gotta know if that's garbage, because I'm pretty sure it is. Let's see. Yeah, it's called As Heaven Is Wide. I knew it! Yeah, yeah. As heaven is wide, as far from God. As heaven is wide. I love Garbage, it's one of my all-time favorite bands. That, like 100% means this is getting copyright claimed. Oops. That's fine, it's worth it for listening to some Garbage. I love talking about the band Garbage as well, because it's just so funny to say, oh, I love Garbage, I love listening to Garbage, you know? This is the best looking PlayStation game I've played so far. I mean, not that I've played a lot of PlayStation games, and they've almost entirely been racing games. I think this one and R4, Ridge Racer Type 4 are a tie-in. Okay. Also, I really like the physicsy way the cars move and everything. Like, it looks so realistic. It's got that over Ridge Racer, like, immediately. Like, even aside from, like, the sim racing, like, racing physics, just the way the cars move and the wheels and everything. It looks great. And I like the combination of that sort of realistic motion with early 3D aesthetics. That is a beautiful, beautiful combination of things. I'm a big fan. Did this one. Grand Valley. Let's do another one. We'll do the simulation mode at some point. Maybe not today. Next time I stream this, we'll jump into that. Today is getting to know Gran Turismo. Next time it will be properly getting into Gran Turismo. Ooh, I did not anticipate that corner. Let's try that again. I think the tachometer would have looked better if it was just a sprite, honestly. Actually, you know, I am playing this at, like, super duper extra high resolution. So maybe the tachometer looked better at original resolution. You can't see the wonkiness of it quite as well. That is compromise you make playing old games at high resolution. Gotta have the tunnel. Of course, of course. I was gonna say it's funny that these tunnels in these games always have yellow lighting, but I think that's just because, you know, sodium lamps were still ubiquitous at the time. And that's why the lighting is always yellow inside tunnels in these games. It wasn't until the 2010s that sodium lamps started getting phased out for LEDs. Oh, ouch. You know, it's kind of sad when I found out about, or when I realized about sodium lamps being replaced, because people were like that, like entirely changed the look of the night. Yeah. Everything used to have this sort of soft yellowy orange tint night. That's just gone because we went for like bright white LEDs instead. Like cities at night just look entirely different from how they did before. Interesting. A little bit sad. Like I kind of miss that now that I've kind of pointed out how different it is now. Yeah, I don't want to go into sand. Let's try to avoid going into the sand. Look how crudely done the crowds are here. Just kind of confetti. You know? This game also has one thing in common with F1 World Grand Prix, which is that it's doing the texture load-in thing. Also, I think there is just something wrong about F1 World Grand Prix, and playing this kind of proves it to me, because this isn't an F1 simulation, but it is a sim racer. And I'm not even playing this on like poo-poo baby easy mode. And I'm like doing decently well at it, so I think there's just something wrong about F1 World Grand Prix. Like, there's still a lot more, like, difficulty stuff that I could be playing with in this. Like, it is on an easier mode, but it's not the easiest mode, like I was playing F1 World Grand Prix on. And, like, I'm winning races. I'm, like, intuiting how to handle the tracks, you know? And I'm not even doing perfectly, you know? So, like, oops. Like, see, I still get thrown off sometimes, but like, it's not completely without its difficulties, but I'm doing okay at it, so my respect for F1 World Grand Prix further goes down. And also, you know, GT64 felt good. I think I sort of, like, completely disagree with Nintendo Power's assessment of GT64 and F1 World Grand Prix. I'd probably rank them the opposite way that they did. F1 World Grand Prix kind of fucking sucks, whereas GT64 is a really fun little romp, you know? I think the only reason GT64 got so shat on at the time was just for being so short. But nowadays, the fact that it's so short makes it really easy to just pick up and give it a go, you know? It makes it super duper easy for me to recommend it, you know? I think Gran Turismo is better than GT64 though. Just already, just from the little bit I've been playing today. Like, yeah, this is the better game. The physics are better. I mean, duh, I mean, this is, again, sort of a genre-defining title. But, oh yeah, also, what a surprise, I picked the blue car with the white stripe. Who could ever have anticipated that FlutterBug would pick the blue car with the white stripe on it? Yeah, this one's better, just especially, like, you know, if you want to do more in a racing game. Yeah, pick this one over GT64. But you don't need to pick it over it anymore, because GT64 is so short, you know? Just go ahead and play that one too. Like, you have a big billboard that just says Turismo, and then it transforms into one with a couple other things surrounding the Gran Turismo logo. Graphically speaking, this is a lot better than GT64 as well, though, because pop-in is much less of a thing. It's doing more like F1 World Grand Prix, where it's doing level of detail extensively. It's interesting that it kind of took people a long time to, like, figure out level of detail stuff, like texture detail, just level of detail in general, as opposed to just doing pop-in or fog or things like that. Because there are some of these earlier games, you know, from the 90s and such, that that do texture detail, load-in changing, and model level of detail for distant objects. Like, even just sort of like the world itself is doing level of detail stuff here, which reduces like certain things pop in as they come into view, but it's a lot less jarring than just having things just completely pop out of nowhere, you know? Having something pop from low detail to high detail is a little bit less jarring, I think. And it's interesting that it took them a while to sort of hone in on that technique. Because it seems obvious in hindsight, you know? Get longer draw distances if you are drawing less stuff far away, you know? And for, like, minimal hit to graphical fidelity. And, you know, they did use, like, LOD models for stuff, like, you know, you'll see them using it for the cars, or, you know, for distant objects, but it took them a while to figure out doing that for, like, the world environment as well, I've noticed. It's just sort of these late 90s games that do that kind of stuff. And I mean, they didn't all do it either, because GT64 was 1998, a year after this game, and same year as F1 World Grand Prix, so it wasn't even a universal thing that developers started doing yet at this point. It's interesting also as well that you can kind of just look at racing games alone as sort of a way to look at improvements to graphics technology over time. Like, racing games tend to be innovators in terms of graphics a lot more than other games, or at least in the early days. Nowadays, I think that's not quite so true, but back in the first few decades of video games, that was absolutely the case. I think that racing games were the litmus test for new graphics techniques. I like that yellow car. Nice one. I like the back end of it. Nice. Like the shapes. Good shapes. Yay, another win! Hooray! My name ABP. You can change when all the cars are racing again. Alright, that's let's do some more races. What a bonus item. Interesting. Don't know what any of that meant. Let's try out a different car. Not sure what that one that I saw that I liked was. Wind Turbo 96. No, it couldn't have been an Aston Martin. Maybe it was a Nissan? We don't have it unlocked. Not have it unlocked. Just dark muted colors on a lot of these. Oh, is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Yeah. It happens to come in the same color and have a slightly similar back end. I'll go for it anyway, it looks nice. I like the bright yellow. Clubman stage. Ooh, this one's ooh, this one looks nice. Let's see this. I wanna see this one. Please. Yeah, I'd put this game up there with R4, Ridge Racer Type 4. for best visuals on the PlayStation. This is great. I love the way they did the shine on the street lamps there. That's really nice. This is such an odd choice for a song for a racing game, honestly. As far from God as heaven is wide. This isn't a garbage song that I listen to often, so I think that's why I was like, wait, is this them? But yeah, it's definitely them. Try again. I'm having a great time with this. I was a little bit scared because sim racers are not always jam, but weirdly enough, the original Gran Turismo feels like a good entry-level sim racer. I guess it's not that weird, considering how early it was. But it would feel a bit entry-level. And of course this is the arcade mode, but it doesn't, that doesn't affect the physics. It's just some of the more realism effects aren't being taken into consideration. And there's not really like progression thing. It's just do a race, have fun, you know. I fucked that up real good, didn't I? The rumble in this is really, really good, by the way. I already mentioned it earlier, but still the case, it's very good. I think the PlayStation is a great console when it comes to racing games. I mean, just for Ridge Racer Type 4 and this alone, I would say that. But obviously can't really speak for the rest of them. I mean, the Nintendo 64 is not too shabby either. I think this is just a good era for racing games. That was a good move there. Aw, that was not though. There was a NASCAR game on the PlayStation that I used to play at my grandpa's house as a kid that I should look up and see if play that one at some. I remember enjoying that one quite a bit when I was little. Oh, I guess Saribot just killed someone. Ouch. Get it eventually. Yeah, I'll get it eventually. Oh, nice cornering there. Oops. Steered there. Oh, and then I love to just scrape along the side in the tunnel there and lose all my fucking speed. Okay. Trying to shove me out of the way, huh? This game is just really, really great. Perfect vibes. Physics feel great. Love the visuals. See, this is the thing, like, you know, a lot of people, I don't know if it's so much nowadays, but, you know, a lot of people tend to judge games based on how, like, perfectly realistic and how detailed the visuals are. But I think a much better sort of metric for judging the visuals is how well do they capture the vibe of what they're trying to depict, you know? And if you're trying to capture the vibe of a nighttime cityscape, this is flawless, you know? The color choices, everything could not be better. Does it have every detail or absolute realism correct? No. But it doesn't need it because it absolutely nailed the correct feeling. You know? It's sort of like photorealism versus impressionism, you know? Both are respected art styles, even though only one of them is interested in like perfectly recreating every detail of a scene. It's because both of them capture, well, if you're going for photorealism, you're going to capture the right aesthetic, just because you're capturing everything. But I think being able to capture the aesthetic, despite not having every detail, is equally useful. Like it's equally good, equally impressive, equally worthwhile. If anything, sort of a more impressionistic approach, a more low detail approach, sort of shows that somebody has a good understanding of what it is that makes something what it is, you know? Instead of just capturing every single detail, you're capturing the fundamental details of it that your brain is going to pick up on to say, ah, this is this type of place or this type of thing, you know? And yeah, I think that is the appeal of early 3D video games, and why I think that their visuals are not like outdated or outclassed or things like that, because they still nailed the fundamentals where it was necessary, you know? And you know, just to my personal taste, a lot of this stuff I think is more pretty than something that's just going for straight up realism, you know? In some ways this is more beautiful than a photorealistic cityscape would be in a video game. And you know, it's thinking about art in these type of granular ways, and that really makes you angry when you start thinking about AI generated art stuff, you know? Like, all of this conversation that I've had just now just is entirely thrown out the window when it comes to AI generated stuff. Come on. Escape the wall again. Because, you know, an AI cannot think about what it is that goes into a place or an object or a setting or anything like that that makes it what it is. Pick out the most important bits to emphasize. Can't do anything. Like, that's the thing about it, is that it really is not doing anything of note other than just like arranging pixels, you know? In like a way that averages stuff that it like it's basically just an averager, you know? It averages out images that it has been given as input, you know? That's just nothing to do with the creative process, you know? Could you make a computer that could follow a creative process? I think potentially, yes. But I don't think that's what AI does. This is the thing, you know? Could you make a computer that thinks or a computer that thinks creatively? I think you could, because, you know, thinking creatively is a thing that exists in reality, and I'm sure there's some way to create something that does that, because, I mean, we're sitting here and we do that and we exist in reality, so it's obviously a thing that can be done. I just don't think we've done it, you know? I don't think we've managed to actually recreate any form of intelligence. I mean, that's part of why it would be called artificial, is that it's not real, you know? So I think, well, generally the idea is that it was artificially created, and not that the intelligence itself is artificial. But, yeah. I mean, like, when you refer to, like, AI in a video game or something like that, that's with the idea that, like, what it's doing isn't really smart. It's just supposed to look smart, you know? And ironically, that's what generative AI is as well, is it just kind of... It looks like it's smart, but really there's nothing going on there, you know? It looks like intelligence at first blush, but it is not. I'm gonna pass this guy. There we go. Hell yeah. That was an exciting race. Oh, the replay's gotta look beautiful here. Let's hodge. That'd be a beautiful replay. Oh, one thing that's kind of notably missing here, though, is the headlights are not real. There is no light ahead of them from the headlights. That's okay though, that's probably a little bit much for PlayStation. But again, you know, it took me so long to notice that because it does a great job with the aesthetics, right? With the aesthetics of nighttime. The fact that the lights aren't actually lighting anything up doesn't even quite register, you know? Because it's got the right feeling. Look at that, that's beautiful. The scenes of the cars coming around the corner like that all together and everything, that looks amazing. I love it. Look at that. What a good fucking game this is. I'm so glad I finally got around to playing this. I mean, I was a little bit intimidated, as I mentioned, by it being a sim racer. But no, this is just great. I love this. Potentially new favorite, honestly. Like, not overall favorite, but like just adding it to my list of favorites. I think it's got a spot in there. For sure. There's still like one or two more tracks. I'm having a great time, let's keep going. I like the Aston Martins, they all look the same. Like this car. Color. You kinda like this maroon. Got good handling, huh? Oh, is that it? That can't be all the tracks in the game, right? There must be stuff to unlock. I mean, the Dodge Viper is like a big, like, iconic thing of this game. I don't have access to that. There's gotta be stuff to unlock. There's no way I believe that this game only has 4 tracks either. I still cannot get over that these do not look like the type of cars that you'd usually see driving on a racetrack like those. For the most part, these just feel just sort of like everyday cars. It's really funny. Love to drive a little bit like an asshole in games like those. Aww. Come on, pal, get out of here. Yeah, get out of here, buddy. Nice. Oh, I've won on every track now. Well, that was really fun. I am enjoying. The memory card is virtual. I could not remove it. Even if I wanted to. There is no memory card to remove, so don't worry about it. Alright, let's check out simulation mode real quick. Gonna get extremely into it today. In the stream soon. Oh, look at this. This is what, this is what, Super Woden GP was going for, wasn't it? This is exactly like Super Woden. I did see a couple people bring it up. It's almost like kind of like two completely different games, honestly. Oh yeah, like there's Dodge, see? Oh yeah, there's some more things here. Okay, not avoid those yet. Yeah, this is exactly like Woden. Some crusty fucking images here. Please get into a car. Okay, I gotta figure out what fucking car I can afford. License tests. Okay. Interesting, there's a lot going on here. Come to a complete stop within the goal area. Again, this is just a fucking commuter car. I'm picking the kids up from school. This is so funny. Damn, I was slightly too. It took slightly too long. I played too carefully. This thing has no get up and go. It's incredible. It just feels like 12 seconds. 0 to 60 in 12 seconds. Beautiful. There we go. Hell yeah. Do a couple of these and we'll end the stream for now. Oh, I can actually write my whole name. Not arcade mode anymore. Okay. Two. Yeah. Yeah, 0 to 60 in 5 seconds this time. A lot faster. Ooh, too late with the guy with the brakes. In 5 seconds. It's just a drag race, basically. Before I even hit 900, that's when I can start braking. Damn, damn. Slightly earlier. Ah. Tough. It is tough. Been fun, I like this. There we go. Yeah. Oh, it remembers my name. Oh. Basics of corner. Literally from the starting point. Straight away, turn on the corner, and then go on top of the hill. Try and keep a smooth racing line. You'll fade immediately if you leave the track. Alright. Oh, look at that background. Goals. The sunset, that's so pretty. Yeah, slightly too slow. Yeah. That was better than last time, I think. Oh, it was about the same. He was very, 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 very slightly better. The very slightest bit. Damn it. I tried to play a little bit more aggressively because I was playing so carefully before. And it was too aggressive, I think. Zero to 60 in 10 seconds. A little bit more powerful than that little family van looking thing. Hello, welcome to the stream. Nope. Not making it that time. It's tough. I mean, this car... It's a little bit of a piece of shit. That felt better. Yeah, it was. Swerved a little bit there at the end more than I wanted to. Let's do a couple more of these. Just a faster car. Oh, fuck that up. I was doing better at corners earlier. I think I was just playing with better cars. There's a lot of skill involved, but also the car helps you out again. And I think it's just not steering as hard as I'd like it to, for one thing. Hey, I did it! Basics of cornering. Try one more. How long have I been streaming for? A half? Not like I really have much to do today, eh? Here we go. Now I've got a fast car. Oh, and we got garbage playing on the radio. Oh, come on! I'm gonna have to brake more. I'm like trying to go really hard through the corner. It's not gonna work. More garbage on the radio. Yeah. I don't know what the time limit was. Oh. There we go. I think some multiple. I could probably go through all of these. Ah, now we've got garbage on the radio again. Oh, I overcorrected a little bit too much there. There you go. Oh, spotted Mephiles and Crossroads. Need to play Crossworlds again. I've been thinking about it. Would have been more in a mood to play Splatoon lately. That's the game I've been playing most of the time on my own. Hey, I always mod characters over the AI characters because nobody wants to play as the AI characters because they look like shit. Yay, I did it. Okay. 27 seconds. The goal. It felt like some pretty good cornering to me. Yay! Final test. And there. Price of high. 1 minute 22 seconds. Alright. See how I do, everyone. Is that a fucking TIE fighter? I see it was yellow lines because you want to be on the other side. fun now. This stream is getting copyright claimed to hell. It's alright. I would only be losing out on a few cents, probably. Anyway. Yay! Plus, this is for a video on my racing channel eventually anyway, so it doesn't matter if the stream gets copyright claimed. Streamer. And instead I just get to enjoy a song from Garbage that I like. Live on stream. Just keep doing these, huh? That will be later. I have nothing in my garage. Expensive. Okay, before I end the stream, I just want to find like what car can I buy? Not these, those are even more expensive. Jesus Christ. Oh, used car. Buy a used car. Ah, see, now here's what I can afford. It's really funny that they're like, here, buy a used car. So fucking funny. Okay, hold on, what is Hogan? Upgrades, good. Special model, 500,000. Well, this will be very interesting to get into, won't it? Used car sale. I've never played a game where you can buy used cars before. That has never been a thing in any game I have ever played. I kind of like that. That's really funny. Well, I think that's gonna do it for the stream today. Hold on. Yeah. Thank you everybody for watching. Gran Turismo was really fun. I will be back to it next week. Because I want to get into simulation mode more and buy some used cars. As for my next stream, that's gonna be, it might be tomorrow. I'll have to figure out. But it'll definitely be on Saturday and Sunday. And we're gonna do Deltarune Chapter 5. I've finished all my preparation for having my save file ready for that. I beat the night, yeah, all that jazz. So, all ready to go. Excited to see chapter 5. Harmony said it's her new favorite chapter, so excited for that. She's gonna be telling me where to go to get the secret stuff, as per usual. She's played it before me, she knows. She figured it out on her own this time, actually. I'm pretty impressed. She figured out where the egg was and where the secret boss was, all on her own. I remember she didn't figure it out on chapter 3 or 4 initially, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, she was sitting behind me to play it. I didn't look at thing, but I heard screaming occasionally. Heard that there's some difficult boss fights, so yeah, looking forward to that. Hope y'all enjoyed Gran Turismo. I know I did. I look forward to some more next week too. See you later, everybody.